Hello, I'm Karen Rawls, Social Investment Manager at Chevron. Welcome to the Chevron FAB STEM Fellowship podcast. Chevron is proud to support the Chevron FAB STEM Fellowship. This one-year discovery program is designed for outstanding educators to learn, create, promote innovative and inclusive programs that teach STEM using digital fabrication. Participants in the fellowship program receive a $10,000 stipend to travel to a Chevron Fab Lab and another worldwide lab of their choice. This initiative is part of Chevron's partnership with the Fab Foundation, which aims to foster innovation, inclusivity in STEM education, and community empowerment. Over the years, Chevron and the Fab Foundation have collaborated on numerous initiatives to bring cutting-edge STEM education to underserved communities. We provide resources, training, and support educators, students, and communities at large. So join me in celebrating the achievements of the Chevron FAB STEM Fellows who have demonstrated excellence in education and innovations. These fellows have made significant contributions to their communities and inspired the next generation of innovators.
Hello, my name is Graziella Matarazzo. I'm from Brazil, São Paulo, Fab Lab Colégio Albert Sabin. I work with tech education since 2020, and I have been part of some education STEAM projects. And this year, in 2025, I became a Chevron Fellowship because of this my background in K-12 and using the design thinking and digital fabrication in educational projects.
Okay. Hi, my name is Rico Kanthatham. I am the director and manager of SkylabWorkshop in Kamakura, Japan. We are a Fab Lab and a STEAM learning facility offering STEAM-based lessons for local community children, as well as a node for the Fab Academy and Fabricademy programs.
And the purpose of this visit that I'm doing here in Skylab is for us to exchange our knowledge, our experience regarding to STEAM and digital fabrication. In Colégio Albert Sabin, where I work, we have a amount of projects with all kind of aids, children from all kind of aids. We have STEAM, and we have projects regarding to real problem solving and all that. And I came here to have this opportunity with Rico, where we will offer some workshops and discuss about the impact that technology and digital fabrication and also STEAM can do in nowadays education. I really believe the importance of learning by doing for the students today, because we have those screams, routines with youngers, and more children are more far from playing and for exploring, learning by mistakes and all that. And I think STEAM culture and maker culture could give those opportunities to youngers, and this is really important to develop some abilities and to give those children opportunities to impact our world in the future and know how to solve real problems, right, Rico?
Yes, I agree with that very much. And the Japanese educational environment is very much not innovative, if I may be so bold as to make that statement. The educational system here is still very procedural. There's a curriculum that must be met, and these moments that you were just mentioning for children to play and explore is very much lacking in most Japanese schools. I know that there are some more experimental schools where those kinds of activities are available, but the standard schools in Japan are more for providing very standard type of education to prepare children for examinations that will get them into junior high school, universities, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and this kind of opportunities also create inclusion moments, support equity and access, because we have those excellent schools that have more different opportunities, but we think that we need to achieve a quality education and innovative education for all, right? And FAB Foundation and all the Fab Labs work with this kind of open knowledge culture and open space to people can have this opportunity of using the machines or experiment those moments with not only technology regarding to robots or expensive things, but the mindset that exist in those spaces when we offer the opportunity of making mistakes and prototyping and ideate. Like, you don't need to worry about I'm doing wrong or right. You just have this opportunity of being free and use your creativity, and that I believe it's really important to have grown up for children, and to let them express themselves and be confident to, as an adult, solve problems that we said and express themselves, and I think be happy also.
Okay, on the topic of inclusion, as I mentioned before, the Japanese education system tends to be a bit rigid, and the opportunity to play and learn, as you mentioned earlier, doesn't really exist very much in the traditional education system here. And that gave me the reason to create my lab and provide those sorts of opportunities for the children. And as a father of a single child, I was very cognizant to try to make a space that is available to both boys and girls in the community, so that the traditional role of boys being the ones entering the tech fields is countered by some of the actions here. Anyway, I'm happy to say that many of the students who attend this lab are girls, and they are having access to the same programming, electronics, and other digital fabrication skills that the boys also enjoy.
That's awesome. And I have a lot of takeaways from this experience in Japan and with Rico in the SkylabWorkshop. And I noticed that here, I know the schools have this, I learned with Rico and other people that I have the opportunity to talk about it, that school in Japan, it's really data driven, but there is also a good part of the culture here that improve autonomy, to the students' autonomy. That's, you see children walking alone at the roads, going to school, how they organize the furniture and clean the school and all that. They have tasks to do. They have some goals to achieve. So I think in some way they give more autonomy than maybe we offer in Brazil. That's something that probably, for sure, I will share with my team and all the educators in São Paulo. That's good. For sure, we don't have the same security in cities to offer those kind of autonomy as going alone to school, but we can reflect how can students be more participative on organizing the environment and have part of the tasks at school, right? And other thing that took my attention is how people connect with the moment they are living here. I talk with some people that shared this with me, that the importance of being present and have enjoyed the opportunity of talking and exchanging with the person that you have in front of you, because you maybe will never see this person again. So I think in Brazil we are more anxious about the future and tomorrow, and we are in especially in São Paulo, always in a big rush. And here I feel this Zen culture, that people are more present, and I learned with some persons that I have the opportunity of exchange a little bit, how they develop this culture of being present and learn with the moment they are living, instead of this anxious and always thinking about tomorrow. And I'm worried if I have some routines that repeat every time, and it's always the same and looking different. To each day is different. Each person that cross your moment is different, because you can learn something new. And I think I had doing this for in these days in Japan, trying to live the moment and learn with everyone that cross this trip. And I think we took this new culture to Brazil also. And yesterday we had this amazing opportunity with students here in Skylab, and we will have more. And I feel the same with students, like they were really present with us and with the proposal we have, and it was amazing.
Yes, I was very surprised at how well the young members of my lab took to the unusual workshop that Graziella offered to them, to use their big imagination to become junior scientists and create and invent an imaginary creature. And I think maybe a little bit of a struggle in the beginning there, as they were questioning whether or not they should be allowed to do such fun things. But I think once they got the hang of it, they had lots of fun and produced some very interesting results. To your comment about being present in Japan, absolutely, I think that's a unique feature of this country. It is reflected in the way that Japanese people are mindful of seasonal changes, in the appearance of certain types of birds or insects at certain times of years. And for the most part, I agree that Japan does have this, the Japanese people have this ability to reflect on what is happening in front of them in a very present sort of way. Although there are some, unfortunately, Tokyo, where that is a very cosmopolitan and global city, does have some of that, stressing out about the future a little bit too much, and maybe losing sight about what's in front of them. But for sure, I think what I try to do here in the lab is very much in alignment with what you're trying to do in Brazil, which is to make kids really pay attention to what's in front of them and to give it their fullest attention and enjoy it as much as possible. Yes.
Yeah. And for sure, we know that all kinds of school in all the globe has the goals to develop a curricula and give students opportunity to achieve university and all that. But I think in opportunities like this, and with in Fab Labs in general, or in workshops regarding to creativity and STEM and all that, students can find a safe place to be themselves and to create and to innovate and to decompress of the other tasks, right? It's not that one is wrong or one way is the best, but I think everyone need both, right? To reflect and to be focused sometimes. And I wish that for the future that schools could have more organization to divide the time between doing tasks and achieve the goals that the students need, because it's a reality that they need to go to university and find a job and all that, but maybe separate some time to have those opportunities, because I truly believe that they develop important abilities that support the other kind of education. Like you can be more focused and more attent to the details if you have the opportunity of solving problems or thinking others, like empathizing when you develop some solution or things like that. So I think to achieve a global education, you need this the both kind of opportunities, right? The traditional one, let's say like this, and the innovative one. Maybe there is not a war between who is the best. It's just that we need to equalize the opportunities, because to do a good project, you need knowledge, you need research. So the student tasks are there also, right? It's not that one's against other, that we need to find a way of giving more creativity and open to learning by mistakes and all that to students to achieve a future education, let's say. Let's give this name, right? So I don't know, someday we will have less difference between countries and cultures, because we will have, of course, we will have the identity of each country, of each culture, but we will have some common points that what is solving, how can we solve a problem with empathy, how can we think in others when we choose, make choice, right? When I will recycle, I will not, I will buy these things or not, I will invest, how I will impact the globe with my choices, right? And as a great community, not as separate countries or people, or I think we talk a little bit about that, how people are dividing opinions in a way that this is impacting education also. Education should not be about having the right position, but looking for a global mindset and how can we save Earth, being this humanity brain and humanity body together, right?
Yeah, I think that thought process of thinking of everyone on the planet as being valuable, meaning that we need each other in order to survive and thrive on this planet of ours, couldn't be more timely with so many things happening in the world today, where countries are becoming more nationalistic, or are choosing to separate from others rather than recognize that collective effort is really the goal to global survival. Instilling this kind of thought process into the minds of young children is probably the most important thing to do right now. And as you mentioned earlier, it's the one thing that I think Japan does a very good job of is, as you mentioned, that every child in elementary school has a task within their school group. So everybody has a job, and together all of the tasks get done, but that everybody has a job to do, and you don't get to just sit back and watch somebody else do all of the work. And then going back to another point that you talked about, which is the concept. We had a long, really nice discussion yesterday about, is play not a form of learning? And I think most people underestimate the power of playing, particularly playing in a group with other children, as a learning opportunity. So if you play with other children, you learn how to maybe not be so selfish and to share and to resolve conflicts when those things arise. And play is also an opportunity to make mistakes that you can learn from. If you break a toy or whatever, you realize that maybe I shouldn't play it that way anymore, and it becomes an opportunity to grow, not just simply an opportunity to fail. And maybe going back further to your comments, this idea that traditional education, I agree, is very necessary. We need the knowledge. We need to become knowledgeable adults as we grow up. However, I think maybe one of the things that's lacking, and I see this in particular in the Japanese schools, is application of knowledge, right? So you learn the second law of thermodynamics, but you don't get to use it in a way that internalizes that knowledge into your body in a very visceral way. And I think this is the role of Fab Labs, that gives children the opportunity to take what they're learning in school, the knowledge they have, apply it into some real world, very physical scenario, so that they can fully understand it and are able to make good use of it in the future. But for me, and I think I based on our conversation for you as well, that the Fab Lab, while it contains lots of wonderful machines and potentially lots of wonderful technological knowledge, my objective here at Skylab isn't about teaching the children how to use the tools or knowledge on itself. What I hope to do, and what I hope to give the children the opportunity to do here in the lab that they may not get in the traditional school system, is an opportunity for them to be creative, be critical thinkers, make decisions, and as a consequence of being able to do all of these things, trust and believe in the ideas that come into their mind, to then eventually build some confidence. If we aren't able to critically think about things, then I think maybe then we'll just simply follow others. And I think blindly following other people in this new world where there's news that's not necessarily true, or people saying things and basing it on facts that are fabricated, without the ability to think critically about these things, it can become very dangerous. So being able to grow up as from a child to an adult, to be able to think critically, creatively, and work collaboratively with other people is really the hope and aims that I try to do here, in addition to the great work that's being done by the teachers in the traditional school.
Yeah, I think that's the main point. Find balance between offer the knowledge and give the opportunity of them to apply, right? It's
not right or wrong, as you said.
Yeah.
They're not doing it wrong. They're doing what traditional schools are offering is absolutely necessary, but the child needs a more balanced, as you said, a wholesome experience, and perhaps your organization and my organization, we're trying to offer that other side.
Yeah. And I think this is the importance of being part of a global community as Fab Lab, right? Because I crossed the globe to be here.
Literally halfway around the world.
Yes. And we talk and we discover that we have the same challenges, and this culture that we have been developed on Fab Labs are helping both Brazil and Japan students, and with those opportunities of exchange and learn together, I think everyone wants, right? In education, I always said that's good to work with the education, because people are open to share and to learn together. In other kinds of marketing, it's not like this way, right? People are like hiding what they know because someone will steal the knowledge and all that. But in education, we have this opportunity to be open and to share and to learn together and to create things together. And I'm very happy and honored to be part of this community and to receive the opportunity of being here here with Rico that it is still going, but it's amazing to hear, and I know we will have more time here to learn more and to improve our thinking and to make the thinking visible. That's something that I really believe that is important, because exchanging with when we talk, we listen to ourselves also, and this is very powerful. So having the opportunity of taking having these moments of talking with Rico and people here in Japan make me think in a way that maybe I wouldn't be able to do alone in Brazil, and I'm very honored to have all this happening with me and all the opportunities.
Yeah, and the feeling is very much reciprocated. We're so happy to have Graziella here. So yesterday, before we even launched into your workshop, we had a few moments to share to the Japanese children about Brazil. And they were, of course, very shocked to learn about the Amazon forest, all of the wonderful and scary creatures that live in that region, the diversity of people that exist in Brazil. We even learned a few words in Portuguese or Brazilian, and the kids were loving learning these things. So, yeah, when you live in a community, particular a place like Japan for too long, it's easy to forget that there is another part of the world that thinks maybe differently than you, or even dances differently than you, sings differently than you. But it's exhilarating to be able to be reminded that this world is full of color and music and lots of different things to learn, that you think you grow up and you've learned enough, and there's always something new, more to learn, and hoping to be able to instill this lifelong learning mentality into our children, so that they don't get stuck in the single way that they've been taught, but realize that there's always something new to learn and benefit from.
That's it. I want to thank you, Rico, for receiving me here, having me here, and congrats you, because your project is incredible. I am sure that all students that came here live in transforming, right? I think they feel your passion and they connect with the culture that you have here, and for sure because this is important to be passionate, to learn new things every day, right? So for them to become a lifelong learner, as you said, this is really important. So congrats.
Thank you very much. I don't know that I'm doing all of that, but it is my aim to make sure that the children leave every workshop session with a smile on their face, feeling good that learning doesn't have to be a chore, that it can be something very pleasurable and enjoyable, so that they would come back and learn some more. I'm one person, so there's only so much that I can teach. So having someone like you coming from all the way across halfway around the world to offer other perspectives is invaluable to the children. So I'm also very grateful for your time to come all this way.
Thank you.
To learn more about the Chevron Fab Fellowships, please visit the fabfoundation.org website.